Hello, today I'll be doing part 2 on the mobile phone boards. If you haven't already watched part 1, please go do that now. Also, don't forget to subscribe because I'm doing a giveaway at 100 subscribers. I've also made a video on it to show you what the prize is, which is 10 grams of indium. I think there's a couple boards on there which didn't really... I think there's one board which the gold didn't come off. But all I've done is I poured the acid into that bowl. You can see that's the acid. I filtered that for the little bits of gold, and this I'll put water in, and go for the bits of gold. I'll be back when it's full of water. As you can see, there's loads of little bits of gold floating about. This was from 400 grams of foam boards, as I said in the last video. Some didn't have very good plating, and some did. This is water in here. As you can see, all those had gold contacts on, and now it's all copper. That's copper, so obviously the gold layer is falling off. There's no gold in there now. I think I left a couple of MLCCs on there. That'll just come out on a later thing. Blackberry. You can see again there's all copper. No gold's left in there, that's all fallen off. For any of you who don't know, this is copper chloride, and it was made from hydrochloric acid. If you don't know how to make copper chloride, please check out the video I done a while ago. It showed you how to do it. Another board, I think that was a Nokia or a Samsung. There's literally only copper, carbon, and things like that left on there now. I might do copper recovery for the boards. Like inside the boards, it should be close to half a gram of gold per board. Half the weight, sorry, I mean half the weight of the board is gold, I've heard. This is the board I saw. No gold seemed to have fallen off, even on the back. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe it means it's thicker plating. Anyway, that'll go back in the acid. There wouldn't have been much gold in there. It's a good gold board, but there wouldn't have been too much to affect the yield. Another little board. Again, there's a little bit of gold actually. No, there's not, it's off. All the gold's been stripped again. This gold left over, hopefully, should be 18 carat. 18, well, about 16 to 24, but I like to say 18 because that's average. I've been told by someone to save all my depopulated boards because I can get the copper off of it. So in future I might look into that, but it's a big investment. You need a special machine. That one, even the copper's been dissolved in that one. It's a good result. If you didn't already know from, I did say in part 1, but if you didn't know, I used a heat gun to remove all the components. Because the reason you do that is because if the components stuck together, there's lots of different metals, so you'll just end up with gold, silver, palladium, platinum, all sorts of metals in there, which will be hard to separate. There's an iPad board. This is on a iPad 3, I think it was, this board. Gold lumps there. Copper, little bits of gold. The gold on these boards have been released because the copper underneath would have been eaten because it's copper chloride. You can't use hydrochloric acid on its own. It's got to be copper chloride because the copper chloride just aims for copper. Will eat other metals, but It's obviously made for copper. So as soon as it eats the base layer of copper, the gold obviously falls off. When you do this, make sure there wasn't any acid left in the pot when you pour the water on, because you don't want it still be will burn your hands. Always wear gloves when you're doing this bit. Like on this board, it obviously had gold all down there. All these little things was thick plating of gold, and on the back it had little gold spots everywhere. I can see all of that's fallen off. These bits aren't gold. That looks like it's just colour from underneath. Not quite sure. It's definitely not gold. I'll come back when I've done them all. These are all the boards where there was no gold at all left on it. They'd all come off. Obviously that's the gold inside. Most of the gold should be in there. Like if I lift it up, you can see a lot of gold's floating. If I lift it up, you can should be able to see all the gold. There's a lot in there. There should be. They're the ones which wasn't done. Actually, that one was done, wasn't it? Not quite sure why I put that in the pile. That one is done. That one obviously wasn't done. That one wasn't done. This one I wasn't sure about. That looks like gold plating. It's got sticky stuff on it. So I'm just going to put it in the acid, because obviously bits had fallen off. So I'm guessing it must be gold. And that. All of them are back in the acid. Because there's too much there, I'm going to put it back in the acid, and I'll release the video once it's all done, so I can give you a good yield. That can go back into my cupboard. So I'll come back tomorrow. These can all go in a pot ready for copper recovery. I'll come back to you tomorrow just to see what we have left. Hopefully they should be done, and I'll be able to filter and mount the gold so we can get a proper yield. Right, so I've filtered the gold, and now I'm just mounting it. There's lots of little plasticky bits in here. I'm only using a mini blowtorch because there's not much gold, so I don't need any big one. I'll come back when it's mounted. Right, so it's all mounted. It's black because it's got borax on it, but we'll just stick it on. It's not showing up on my scales, so it must be below 0.03 grams. There's 0.03 shows that. So not below that. That's actually a really bad yield. Normally things like that get good yields, but obviously the plating on it was probably E-neg, which is the thinnest plating you can get, because no gold was lost in the process, so it must have been lost. There must have been a small amount in the things. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I've also bring out my mobile phone board recovery, which obviously will be much better because yields in them are always good. The numbers keep going up to 0.03, so it's probably 0.02 grams. Anyway, I'm gonna do the phone boards tomorrow, hopefully. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check the description on groups you can join to help you with gold recovery. Anyway, thanks, bye bye.